how to create another stream of income. Welcome back. Now, my name is Ted Thomas, and I've been involved in creating income streams for over 30 years. Now, I've accomplished that by creating income that would not only take care of the company, but it would also take care of investors, and it was a way that I could grow my lifestyle. Okay, I found that business a number of years ago that was a subset of the traditional real estate business, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about that today, and you'll see this is something that you can do very easily. Now, the process is down to earth, and it requires that you learn a clearly defined business, and it's step by step. And it's not a get-rich-quick deal, but it will work all the time, all year long, and it will work for decades. Now, this income stream is not only predictable, but it's certain and it's secure. Now, I didn't invent it. As a matter of fact, it had been around for over 200 years before I ever got involved. All right, now, there's no exact route that I can tell you to follow to help you start or create another income stream. A lot of people do it in different ways, but there's one thing that's for sure. You're going to have to be what I call pig-headed, stubborn, and determined that you're going to be successful, because there's going to be a lot of challenges on the way. All right, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time on the challenges today, but I am going to spend time showing you a business that you could do very well. So what we're doing today is we're really answering your question, how to create another stream of income. And you'll be able to do this, and you can do it from your home office, or you can do it from a regular office. Now, you never know exactly when you're going to get the big breakthrough in life. Now, I don't know that you're going to get a lot of those, but what really happens with this business is a step-by-step process. In other words, a little break, one step up the stair. Another little break, another step up the stair. A little break, and another one. So you're getting the idea. Success usually comes to people one little step at a time, and that's the way it will be in this business. Now, what are we trying to do? How to create another stream of income. So you just need to get educated and start looking around you what's going on. Now, the big breaks are rare. It's rare that's going to happen. So I said, let's just do a series of little ones, but we'll get there in a short period of time. By that I mean in months, not years. So 30 years ago, I discovered a little-known business that had really been available at that time for over 200 years. I found out it was highly lucrative. I found out anybody can do it, and I was really surprised that I had never seen anything like it in the past. Now, this is a business I could make money right away. Now, this is pretty amazing because the business is 200 years old. And what is it all about? Well, it's all about real estate. Now, traditional real estate usually is homes, residential lots, maybe small farms, maybe small office buildings, but mostly homes. Well, this is a subset of that business. And the subset is this. Properties end up in default because people don't pay property tax. Now, what does that mean? That means that the legislature in all of the states has passed rules that said you must pay property tax if you own a property. So that is, the legislature in all 50 states has made that rule. However, people pass on, they die. Other people move away. Other people abandon the property. Some people get divorced. So no one pays the property tax. If they don't pay the property tax, I can tell you right now, the legislature has already authorized the county, and the Board of Supervisors and the county commissioners will have the sheriff and the treasurer come out to the property and post a default. All right, now that property is now in default, and what's really going to happen is they're going to seize it in a very short period of time. They're going to confiscate it, and they're going to resell it at auction. So let me repeat that. If the property taxes aren't paid, the treasurer will seize the property, confiscate the property, and resell it so they can collect their taxes. Now, generally, taxes are only 2 or 3%. This will create an income stream of $25,000, $50,000 on one deal once you learn how to do it. All right, now I didn't make the rules. The legislature made the rules, and the local county will execute the rules. So the legislature, when they made the rules, they put them into statute books. They call it a statute. That's the law of the county and the law of the state. Everybody has to follow that law. So the county treasurers are the ones that do the actual work. So what happens is people default. They don't pay the tax. I don't know what all the reasons are, but they don't pay the tax. The county doesn't want that property. However, they will confiscate it and they'll sell it at auction. Now, what if you could buy it at the auction for pennies on the dollar? Now, the county doesn't want it because they already own the schools, they already own the administration buildings, they own the parks. You're getting the idea. They own a lot of things, and they don't want it anymore, and they certainly don't want a delinquent property where the taxes haven't been paid. So the Board of Supervisors authorizes the treasurer to levy the tax, collect the tax, and now they can't collect it. So if they can't collect the tax, they confiscate the property, and then they publish on the county website and in the newspaper that they're going to sell the property. Now, what are they going to sell these properties for? Well, this is the amazing part of it. They're going to sell properties for 60%, 70%, 80% less than the tax assessed value. And they're going to have hundreds of these properties. So a county with a small population will have dozens. A county with a large population could have hundreds of these properties, all of which they want to sell. All right, now the starting bid at the auction is going to be very close to the back taxes. There could be 10 cents, 20 cents, 30 cents on the dollar. So I want you to try to envision you're going to buy a property for 10 cents or 20 cents on the dollar, yet it still might have a high value. Now, are these properties all brand new and smell good and all shiny? No. Many are used and abused. Some are junk. Certainly don't buy the junk. Some are ready to move into, just clean up. So I don't know what's going to be at the auction, but they'll all be on the county website, and you can go and check them out. You can also find the properties in the newspaper. All right, so the official county treasurer is going to confiscate the property, and when the auction takes place, the official county treasurer is going to they're going to cancel the mortgage or the deed of trust loan. All right, so what am I talking about today? Today I'm answering your question, how to create another stream of income. This stream of income, if you're buying it 20 cents on the dollar and reselling it, well, think about that. If you're buying it for this low price and reselling it, you're going to be able to make $25,000 and even more dollars, because if you bought it for 20 cents, you could sell it for 60 cents. The point is, the upside between your purchase price and the market price is all going to be your profit. So let's kind of analyze this and go step by step. So you look at the graphic while I'm talking. All right, so let's say the county is selling a $100,000 property. All right, so the treasurer puts it up for auction. And let's say there was $5,000 taxes. All right, so someone bids $5,000, someone bid $20,000. What if that property is sold at auction for $20,000 or $30,000? All of the upside from there to whatever it can be sold for is going to be profit to the person that bought it. So my point is, you have big profit business. How would you sell these properties? You can put them on Craigslist. You can put them on eBay. You can put them on Zillow. You can put them on Trulia. You can put them on the multiple listing system. All right, all of those places to sell. If you're going to sell way under the market, you're going to have a chance to really make some money. Now, this is taking place in all 3,000 counties across the United States. This is not something brand new. This has been going on for 200 years. As a matter of fact, there'll be at least 5,000 auctions nationwide every single year. These auctions are conducted by the county. They're a public auction. Anybody can show up. Now, why is the county even selling the property? Because they need the revenue. What do they do with that revenue? They pay the school teachers. They pay the county employees. They've got to pay for the firefighters. They've got to pay for the police department. You're getting the idea. All right. All of those bills have to be paid, and that comes from property taxes. So if the properties go into default, the tax collector, the treasurer, they'll get together and they'll seize that property, and then they'll sell it at auction to collect those back taxes. All right, now this has been around for over 200 years. Now, I'm not a CPA. I'm not a registered investment advisor. All right, what I am is an investor, a teacher, and a guide. You can do this business, and you can start anytime you want. Now, before I go, I want to give you a warning. Before you go to an auction, before you bid, make sure you've looked at the property. I believe in boots on the ground. If you can't put your boots on the ground, get someone you trust to do that, because there could have been a hurricane. There could have been a fire. There could have been a windstorm. Or what if the property is located next to a chicken farm? I don't know what could happen, but you want to make sure that that property is going to have value. Second thing you want to be careful of is don't bid too high. always know what your exit strategy is. So when you purchase a property, don't purchase it until you know what your exit strategy is. Those are the two most important parts of the tax lien and tax deed business. I'll see you on the next video.